Good morning. It's going to be another great week weather-wise. Sunny, mid-70s, just beautiful. Beautiful days. It's a little chilly in the morning, actually. Fall weather. No, it can't be already. It's August. Anyway, we're going to start the irrigation back up this morning. It's been, I don't know when the last time it rained, a week ago today, a week ago tomorrow, something like that. We had 0.6 of an inch of rain after the 2.6 we had a few days prior, a week and a half ago. And it's not dry yet, but it's dry enough we can run the irrigation. And it's not any rain in the forecast until maybe next weekend. So let's make another pass over the field. Let's see what we can do. So we're gonna take some fuel up our generator, the old Boss fuel trailer here, and go get her started up. Looks like we got plenty of fuel in it, so we'll just head up to the field here. There's the deer this morning. Got our filter strip mowed down nice. This is nice. I don't know how much fuel we need, but we'll pump some in there. We're gonna go ahead and get this fired up, and then our base station will have power and start communicating with our rain so we can start walking it out to where it needs to go. Maybe. Or maybe it's dead. Why would it be dead? Well, we got our fuel in, but that's not dead like the gauges. Well, the gauges were coming on. And it was clicking. What the heck? I don't know. It acts like we're dead. So I'm going to go get a jump pack, I guess. That's... Okay. Well, we'll get a jump pack. Try that. Maybe I left the key on. Didn't get it turned off quite all the way when I was up here the other day. The other thing I would like to do is bring the 40-20 up with the box pan and do some grading and level this stuff off around here a little bit. Well, we got the jump pack hooked up. Let's see if that does the trick here. Ooh, no go. Dang! So, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm wondering if my jump pack went bad on me. If it was doing something, it should be killing the battery in this, and we still got 4 lights. I don't think it's doing anything. We'll get some jumper cables, I guess. Well, this might take a little while to let it sit there and charge, but let's see if it acts any different. Tried a little more. We'll give her a few minutes there. While we're waiting, there's something I wanted to fix here. So we clearly have some iron in our water that's been dripping and leaking. It's coming from right here. That is a connection that the well drillers put together, and it's leaking. And so we're gonna take it apart, fix it. And I think if I just undo this, we can thread that whole thing out of there without having to worry about our electrical. We'll put some sealant on it, put it back together real fast. I brought the massive pipe wrench. Makes this job not too bad. Oh, other than I probably need 2 hands to handle it. So this is just a pressure relief. There's nothing attached to the bottom. The well casing, or the well pipe is threaded right into this T and sitting on the well seal there. So nothing's gonna fall, is what I'm trying to say. There. We'll put some tape and some sealant on there like we did these other ones, and none of those leak. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah, you can see the water level. It's not very deep. It's amazing how much water we have here. I think it's 8-foot static water level. It's crazy. Try that. Put a bunch of wraps of tape on, and then some sealant. There. Hopefully that'll stop our leak. It wasn't a big deal. Just looks bad, right? Okay, so that's good. This is just a pressure relief. It's just for you know, when some idiot starts the well up with both valves closed so the water has somewhere to go. And by some idiot, I mean me. It'd be me if I did that. Well, it's been 5 or 10 minutes. Let's see if we're any closer here. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I wonder if there's something wrong with our key switch. Gauges aren't even moving. I got no lights. Ah. Alright, well, what the heck's going on here? Never fails. When I film it, it doesn't work, and then I mess with stuff and don't film it, and it does work. I don't understand. It's entirely possible it's time for a new battery in the generator. That one said July of 19 or 20. I couldn't see if it was a 9 or a 0 that was scratched off, but none of the other ones were, so it's 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, it's possible. I did put a new alternator on here a few years ago when we were using it for the old irrigation system, though, so I know it's not an alternator issue, but it could be a battery. So the machine has started up and is working its way out to the starting point, or the point where we told it to stop the other day. What day was that? Was that Thursday, Friday? We came up here and fixed that drop, and we're working on stuff. Did our mowing. I think it was Friday. I had told it to go home so we could get to it easier, so we ran it a little bit there, but it's going back out to basically where we told it to stop, and it will continue on from the last point. Now, there is an argument to be made that you know, it doesn't really matter where we start at this point, because everything's gotten rain, so we've kind of at a fresh restart since we irrigated last. But I'm going to pick up where we left off and just keep working our way across the field. I need it to be that way later in the week, and so it'll take it probably 2, maybe 3 days to go. Probably just 2 days to finish to the south here, and then it can come work back to the north, and that'll put it about where I need it. We might have to play with the paths a little bit later this week when we've got a field day that guys are going to want to see it, and I don't want them to have to walk through a half a mile of corn to get to it, you know. The power company is we're still waiting on a pole and the line power there. It's in process. I think they were a little overly optimistic when they said 2 to 3 weeks initially, because it's been at least 3 at this point. We're waiting on easement paperwork, so apparently in order to set a pole they have to have an easement that says they're allowed to get to said pole. Fine, whatever. And we have to sign that, and it has to be notarized, which is harder than, I mean, it's fine, we'll get there. But the complication to that is that we bought this farm probably 6-8 years ago on a land contract from the previous owner, landlord, who we had been renting it from for years prior. But because it's a land contract and we didn't just go out and take a bank loan out on it, he also has to sign this easement and get it notarized, and he is 86 years old, and it's just, he had to understand what was going on, so we had to bring him up here and show him. And anyway, Dad was supposed to be meeting with him and going to a bank to get it notarized today. And it would have been a whole lot easier to do the notary thing, because my wife is a notary, but they won't let you do it if you're related. Fine, I mean, whatever, it's not that big a deal. But so we should get the paperwork done today, get that mailed back to them, and then who knows how long they'll take from there. Probably another 2 weeks at least. I'm not counting on getting electric power from the company for this season, but it should be in place for next year. Okay, we are going to get the 4020 in a box pan and go up there, but it's probably going to have to wait till this afternoon at this point. I hooked up the gooseneck trailer. We got to go pick something up. I'm making a purchase today. Propane tanks. I'm buying a 1,000-gallon brand new propane tank. We'll talk about it in a minute. There we go. We're not too far from home, so it'll be fine. We got her strapped on there good. All right, so this is a 1,000-gallon LP tank. It is brand new, and we're going to get rid of the rented 500-gallon tank that I have over here. Basically, this one will hold twice as much, so I don't have to fill it up as often, and I can get the gas from where I want instead of who I want, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so we're going to swap them out. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Give me huggins. Ah. Oh, boy. We got her. Well, we're going to leave it set right there for right now. I got to call my other company that owns the tank that's sitting there and tell them to come get it. They came and filled it last week, which is kind of what prompted this, because last time I had talked to them, they told me they were going to come and get their tank, and then they came and filled it, and I'm not very happy about it. So it's fine. We'll deal with it. Okay. I had to run into town, mostly for a waste of time. But that's beside the point. Another story. Anyway, we're down towards Berkey, and so I thought I'd stop in here and look at the crops a little bit while we're here. I have a corn plot in this particular cornfield that we're in. I haven't been doing a very good job of keeping an eye on, so I'm going to walk out here and find it, take a look through, and see if we see any tar spot or any disease developing. That's what I'm really interested in. My agronomist from Ohio sent out a agronomy update bulletin here this morning, just talking about how severe the tar spot is across the state of Ohio, and yet I can't find it, and I don't know why. Haha! Right there is the start of our plot. This first one is a 98 day. Went real early. We're a little nitrogen deficient right here on these ends. You can see this. Really severely nitrogen deficient. That is a anhydrous applicator timing issue, because as soon as you get out into there where it was running, it's nice and dark green, and we don't have any of that. But the last few feet of the main rows and then the first 3 end rows, where they didn't actually go through here, pretty severely nitrogen deficient. Now you look that way and it's going the other way, and it's not. It's a turn on off timing thing with the anhydrous applicator. I know it. I know about it. It is what it is. Well, the leaves are healthy. There's no tar spot here. There's just none of it. Now, this was sprayed with Miravis Neo about 2 weeks ago. Is that right? Something like that. Just under 2 weeks ago, maybe. But man, it's healthy, and it looks really good. We're a little drier here at Berkey than we are at Waldron. We've had more consistent rain, just not as much. So this corn should be pretty good. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see where a 98-day hybrid is development-wise. We got nice big fat ears out here. Filled her right out to the tip. Got kernels growing right on the end of it, so that looks really good. Pretty plump kernels. I would consider that to be probably dough stage, R4 corn. Got nice dark yellow, or starting to develop more yellowish color. A little past what you would consider good sweet corn stage, where it's starting to get a little starchy and doughy, but not yet dented. So I think that's about where I would consider this. All right, let's do some counting here. It's 16 by 36 here. Not bad. It's not super impressive, but for 98-day corn, that's not bad. So I'm going to carry this one with me. We'll pull one out of the 112 days down on the other end of the plot and compare it development-wise and see what the difference is. So we're walking through here. I don't even know what number we're in because the flags are down there on the end and I'm just walking straight across it. But here's something that I've not seen yet this year. You see this brown, long brown cigar-shaped lesion on this leaf? That is a northern corn leaf blight lesion. And it's the first one I have found this year. That's something we normally deal with a fair bit of. But I haven't found it. Now, it is on this late emerger scraggly plant that was always under stress with a crappy little ear on it. So those are the ones that are going to get that first, or it's going to show up first. I'm not super concerned about it. I don't see any more, but it is the first one that I have seen, so something to take note of. Well, I've walked through every variety and found no tar spot here. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. So this is 112 day that we're standing in, and you can see we still have some fresh silks and a few of these ears. One thing to note, like here's another one of those late emergers, this one. We did not have great planting conditions when we planted this. I should have waited a couple more days, but they were calling for rain. I didn't know, and it just ended up being what it was. So anyway, let's take this one and compare it to our 98 day, and you can kind of see the difference in maturity ranges. Overall though, this corn all looks really healthy. This is a nice tall one. Ooh, look, there's a ladybug. That's good. I didn't see any out here, but I've heard a lot of corn aphids in the area, and I've found a few, just didn't see them in this field. So ladybugs eat aphids. They're a good thing. There's the difference. 98 day on the left, 112 day on the right. And it's pretty significant. There's quite a bit of difference in the size of the kernels and the color of the kernels. So this would be in our milk stage, early milk stage, just past blister. So it would be R3 corn. Like I said, this one's R4, but it's almost R5, and this one's barely past R2, I would say. So maybe a growth stage and a half difference in the maturities. Both look pretty good. This year has the potential to be bigger, but we need some more rain. So we'll see. We will see. Quick stop over here to look at our double crop beans. We sprayed these last week. What was that, Thursday? I think it was Thursday. And you can see that the volunteer wheat is dying. So our glyphosate worked, cleaned them up. That's good. Let the beans go. Fairly good canopy. I don't know. They're a little thin in spots. Other spots, they look really good. And we'll see. We got potential here, but we're going to need some rain. Got flowers. They're coming along. We'll be all right here. And while we're talking double crop beans, we should talk about wheat. Obviously, this was a wheat field this year. A pretty darn good one, too. We had some awfully good wheat this year. We plant almost exclusively, no, we do plant exclusively, AgriPro wheat on our farm. And it has been outstanding. We had the best wheat we have ever had this year. Averaged well over 100 bushel per acre across all of it, and the wheat was fantastic. So we really like the SY100. That one has been super impressive. Good wheat for high management situations where you're spraying fungicides and pushing it. We also plant a lot of SY547, some GP463. The 547 is my favorite for double crop because it's an early maturing wheat. It lets me get the wheat out early so I can get the double crop beans planted a little bit earlier. That's really important when you're trying to grow good double crop beans. Now this year all the wheat was early, so we got lots of double crop beans. It didn't matter which variety of wheat you planted, you were able to do that. But in most years, usually it's only the first field or two that we can get double crop beans in behind. So that SY547 works great for that situation. It is wheat ordering season. So if you are thinking about planting some wheat this fall, you know, because the price of corn and beans is terrible, so is the price for wheat, but hey, don't tell them that. It's time to find yourself an AgriPro wheat dealer and get your order placed. And I'm sure you can go to growprogenetics.com, or maybe they'll put a link in the description even, and I don't know, do they have a dealer locator? I'm sure they do. And you can find out where is a good spot to buy AgriPro wheat close to you. If you live close to me, send me an email. I'll sell you some. AgriPro produces high quality seed wheat that you can trust to perform well on your farm. Thank you to AgriPro for sponsoring today's video. Time to get the 4020 out. Let's go do some work. We're gonna hook up our little box scraper here and head up to the irrigation field to level off our pipe trench. I suppose we ought to top off the fuel tank. Tractors were simpler in the 60s. 3 gauges, 2 lights. That's all you needed to know whether it was running or not. Running right. We're good. Oh, yeah. My poor center knob thing fell out. Oh well. This tractor's got a 12-year-old now restoration job done to it. She's still in pretty decent shape, but showing some wear and stuff from those 12 years, like those scratches. We still use it, right? Our town here, Waldron, has a little Labor Day festival, and part of that every year is a tractor show and tractor parade and that kind of stuff. After the first year after I had this restored back in 2012, we took it up there for the show, and hasn't been back since. But this year John Deere's the featured tractor, so was thinking I might have to get her cleaned up and take it up to the tractor show. Might have been 2013 Labor Day when we took it up there. My wife and I had been dating for about 3 weeks at that point, and I made her go to a tractor show, and she thought it was the most boring thing she's ever done in her life. But she went because she liked me. I haven't made her go back yet. I mean, maybe to walk around, but not to be an exhibitor. Go to the tractor pulls. Might be the year, honey. Might have to go back this year. Ah, this is fun. Beautiful looking corn crop. Thing mowed down nice. Beautiful little old tractor. Yeah, good day. Appears it's going to take a couple of passes over this. We're going to drill level. Ah, but we'll get there. If you're new, this is the path that we buried the pipe to the riser where the rain machine attaches. Did it after the corn was already growing, so we have a little path here that we had to take the corn out. Now it's rough. It's settled. You can see where it's settled in here over the last 2 months, month and a half since we did it. So I'm just trying to come across it and level it up so it's not so rough when we got to get out here to harvest. We're driving back and forth. Not that we're going to be driving out here a lot, but we have been a little bit, so it'd be nice to smooth it off. We certainly don't have very much dirt that's like this. This nice, loose, flowy sand that doesn't clump up. Ah, man. It's nice. We should have more fields like this. Then we would need more irrigation. But we can grow a heck of a crop if you can keep the water on it. Well, it's a lot better than it was. Let's make this last pass here, and I think we'll call it good enough out here. See if it settles any more between now and harvest. We're probably going to come out here with the disc ripper this fall anyway, so we'll rip through this and it'll level it up. Yeah, a lot better than it was. Thumbnail. I'm not so sure I fixed my leak earlier. Actually, what I think happened is I fixed this leak and made it leak here now, because I didn't take that one apart, and it also doesn't have tape. It's just sealant. I didn't think it was leaking there before. I thought it was leaking here, but I did get this a little bit tighter than it was, and it probably broke the seal with the sealant, and now it's leaking there. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Done with that. Ouch. We'll put the 40-20 away here. Grab the handle wrong, pinch my finger. Man, it's rough, I tell you what. Just can't do anything. It's like I'm old or something. Next up, decided I needed to turn the water on here on the sweet corn in the garden. Those need to go back down to the seed warehouse, to the shop for warm season storage, cold season storage in the warm. Yeah, that's what I meant. And I got another keg of wheat treatment down there that needs to come down here. And I'm done with the trailer, so we're going to take those down there and store them. Get the trailer unhooked. Clean it up a little. Alright, got my trailer unhooked and our other keg of Vibrance wheat treatment loaded. It's only got about that much in it. I would say 5-ish gallons, 5 to 10. There's not 10 in there, but hopefully that and the 30-galloner that the full one that I've got is enough for this fall. I mean, hopefully I need so much I have to buy another 30-gallon keg and I just treat all kinds of wheat. That's what I meant to say there. Whatever. There's not much money in treating wheat anyway, so it's not a big deal. I do it, make a little bit. It's fine. But I don't go out of my way to treat a ton of wheat because it's not worth it. Anyway, we're going to get this taken down there. And that might be it for today. I need to go talk to Dad. We'll go find Dad. Dad's over here working with the backhoe in the field that we're tiling, cleaning up the edges of some woods, and trees, and stumps, and whatever else. The tile guys didn't come today. I guess we ran out of tile. Those are all gone. They needed about 2 more, so I think they were going to get them today. It's a story that I heard. Should finish that up tomorrow, probably. That's good. So Dad's going to keep working on cutting trees. That's his favorite late summer activity, going around the wheat fields and tearing the trees out and pushing the fence rows back. So that's good. All right, so I came home. Before we wrap this one up today, I got a package here today. I haven't opened it yet, but we're going to see what's in here. A couple of weeks ago, I got an email from a guy that works for Concaves. Concaves makes the Concaves that we use in our combine, and they had gotten a call from a farmer down in the Carolinas, I believe, Virginia, somewhere in the southeast, that had seen one of my videos, reached out to them to want to try the Concaves, and they were impressed, and so they got a hold of me just to say thank you, and that they appreciate that, and that they wanted to send me a package and potentially work together on future videos. And I thought that was awesome of them, and so I just wanted to say thank you to them for reaching out. I really appreciate it when companies recognize the value that I bring, and I appreciate it even more when you guys see something on my channel that you think might work for you, that you tell the people when you go to buy that, hey, that's where you saw it, and that they understand that as well. Seed companies not named AgriPro, take note. We got a couple nice hats. Thank you. We got a couple more nice hats. Thank you. We got a pile of can koozies. Some Yeti-ish mugs. 2 of them. Notepads. And what's in this little box? Something. It's a stand for something. Art on a sickle knife. I'll put that in my house and see if my wife notices. She'll watch this, so she will. But thank you, Condex. I appreciate you reaching out to me, and I'm glad that my videos were helpful to you. And if you ever want to do something in the future, please reach out. I don't really want to take a bunch of sponsorships from companies that I've never done business with before, but companies that I do work with and have good working relationships with, that I'm going to talk about their stuff anyway, probably. It seems fair that they would want to work with me. I don't know. Just seems, maybe I'm asking too much of my seed company. Thanks for watching today, guys. Have a great rest of your day. The videos are going to get a little different for the next few days here and should keep coming, but we will see. So tomorrow, there's a farm show up in Michigan here the next 2 days, the Agro Expo in St. John's, Michigan. And I think tomorrow, me and Brock and the boys are going to go, assuming I can talk them into it, which may be harder than you guys would think. But yeah, we're gonna go up there and check that out. It's not a very big show. It's not super far away, so it's a kind of a morning thing. We can drive there, we can see the show in a couple of hours, and we can drive home and be home by early to mid-afternoon. And then I think we'll come and try and hang up some steel out here in the seed warehouse and work on that. And then we'll talk about the next couple of days after that. So yeah, we should still have a video for tomorrow, but it may be a farm show video, which sometimes those are fun. So have a great night. We will see you again tomorrow.